प्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षु श्रोत्रमथो बलमेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, the sensory and motor organs, and the life force all become full of vigor and efficiency. All is the one without second, ever perfect, ever blissful, all-pervading conscious existence itself, called Brahman. May I never deny Brahman. May the Brahman never reject me either. May all the virtues needed to experience this truth in life be with me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us try to feel this all-pervading, one without second existence itself. One can do it with a simple trick. Let's think of our body as a coat which can be put on and taken off. Feel that you are unbuttoning your body, just as when you come in the warm temperatures of the hall from very cold temperatures outside, the heavy jacket becomes not only unnecessary, very bothersome. So you take it out. Exactly like that, one can take the body out. When we try, we see that it is not very difficult because we do it every day. when we go to sleep or when we dream, we take this heavy body and keep it aside. Otherwise, we will not be able to sleep. So even comparatively very less heavy clothings uh, like a big suit and a top hat, we can't sleep with that, so we take it off. So, similarly, let us feel that the body is being taken off. And wow, all the distinctions of I and mine we see vanished. I am separate from you is only because of the distinction of body. Just as you in a blue coat is same as in a white coat, so also all shapes and their corresponding names, they dissolve into oneness. Freed from body, I do not have birth or death, no location, no space and time. All these illusory identities which put a stranglehold on our consciousness, they are gone just with this one simple meditation. Let us feel this oneness. Om, peace, peace, peace. So friends, let us begin this 186th class of this great text. And we are continuing the very enchanting and spiritually greatly beneficial story of churning of the ocean. It is, this story is such that one gets so much attracted to that because of the very rich imagery, uh, much better than what you read in Harry Potter. Such rich imagery and very, uh, you know, uh, difficult to imagine incidents, and yet uh, you see they are happening like that. We live more in imagination, friends. Though we sometimes call ourselves rational and glued to reality, we are not. I told you that in the uh, libraries, if you see what books are most read, fiction, you know, because that is what human beings like. There is a psychology about it. Uh, that why our mind goes to fiction. Someday I will give a lecture on that. But why our minds go to fiction? So we love fiction, we love stories, and out of some hard facts, we add so much imagination to that hard fact that it becomes a fictitious story. It is one incident, just in passing, let me tell you that uh, at a place, bless you. Yes, I am telling you, no. Even if you don't prompt me, I will continue. Thank you, though. It is. So, it is that there was a snake. Somebody saw. Today we'll be having a discussion on snake. There was a snake, and one of our friends reported, "Oh, there is a snake there. Huh? You see, be very careful. It's about 3.5 feet long, maybe poisonous, may not be poisonous, but be careful." So, after some time hearing all this, another person tells, "Oh, I saw that snake. It is actually 6 feet long, and then has a hood like a cobra." Uh, so, wow, is it so? Then, after some time, after 1 week, the story became like that there is a terribly poisonous snake there, at least 15 feet long, oh, and has killed many people. So, you see, that is how the fact goes on gradually becoming a fiction. So we love fiction. Imagine, there is, again, I don't want, today's topic is different. So let us begin at the beginning, reciting our opening chant. So recite as loudly as you can. Ashutosh, yes, let's see how loud voice you have. Vrishali, जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् त्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance, and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists just as the combination of materials like fire, water, and earth subsist in their causes, without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So the demons overpowered the angels, which, as you by now know, that are the allegories, these allegorical stories that yes, demons, they represent the tendencies in us which resist God realization. The goal is to realize God, and a spiritual aspirant is walking on that path. And the demons are that those things in us which do not allow us to go on that. And when we feel, yes, I have conquered demons, we feel relaxed. And then the demons take this opportunity to again overpower. So that happened, and then the devas, the angels, seeing that they have lost everything now, they went begging to Brahma. Then Brahma had prayed to the Supreme Lord Vishnu, and then Vishnu said, okay, uh, I can actually overpower all these demons myself, but I want you to work. And this is how this what is called the karma yoga, the self effort. That if we feel I, then that I has to be rubbed out by working. The work is the only tool, friends, to do that. As Ishavasya Upanishad says, that those who see the truth, fine. Those do not see, then kurvanneveha karmani jijivishet shatagam samaha. Then keep on working with this background understanding that God alone is real. With this understanding, work to reduce the ego. So, uh, Lord told the delegation that was led by Brahma that you have to do the work. That this is the prologue of the story that we saw last time. So here God tells, although I have all the power to defeat the demons, I want you to follow a strategy. Uh, Make friendship with those demons. Mm. Make friendship with demons for now. And this is strategy to crush the ego. That now, so our enemies, we will never become, uh, begging these enemies of ours. Impossible. And we won't approach them at all. No. All are tools in the hands of the Supreme Being. There is no body who is not having God. It is, yeah, otherwise we have that enmity. No, like our Ioana will say, Hungarians cannot have God in them, isn't it? Yeah, so it is. Well, everybody, if God is not in something, then that God doesn't exist at all. And God has to be what? All pervading. All pervading. So say loudly, God is all pervading. In everyone, God is there. Do you agree, Paul? 100% correct. Thank you. So, God is actually in everything. So, there is nothing like, feeling humiliated in approaching whom you thought to be enemy. And it is for your benefit. It is nobody is permanently friend or enemy, depending on the needs. This is all need based. Even everything in the world, my real bosom friendship, that also is need based. There is nothing like that. There is uh, they say this, that was marriage of convenience. All marriages are marriages of convenience. As long as they are convenient, they are fine. There is no other reason for relationships, a matter of convenience. So you have convenience, and then it is like that. As long as it is convenient, things are held on to. The moment they are not convenient, then you find a way to wiggle out of it. It is so those who are very strong enemies, natural enemies, they also form a friendship at times. So Lord tells them, it is look like, you have to do this work in the spirit of karma yoga. A lot of huge work has to be done. A churning of the ocean, imagine what a big work. So you need the help of those. I again apologize, friends, this time too, that I have still some cough lingering, although I am much better. So this is a huge task to churn the ocean, and therefore you need these asuras, the demons who have strong bodies. The angels, they are not really that strong bodied. They have good qualities, but don't have that muscular power. So you have to make these friends. There is a very nice incident reported, and it is those who work in that industry, they know that there are the actors suppliers, especially in the movies. In the movies, you to enact a movie, you need the supply of all proper actors. So there are suppliers for that, especially those who are extras. They are not really main actors. Main actors get negotiated and properly they have their roles. But then others, they are supplied by these these suppliers. So one such movie was getting enacted, that where lot of demons and angels would be there, and then the supplier said that for the demons, for every demon, I will charge $100. For the angels, I will charge $50 per angel. Why like this? These angels are being sold cheaper, given cheaper, and the demons are at a high price. And the supplier explained that look, to act as demon, you need people with good height and strong muscular bodies. Uh, that such people are not easy to find. So you have to pay more to get such people. Mm. For the acting of these devas, the angels. Any namby-pamby will do, you see. So uh, that is how the demons are, they have to have a very strong limbs are necessary to do this big work. So go and make friendship with them. Isn't it very interesting? Very good idea. Make friendship with them. It is, you see, therefore, when it was needed to defeat Nazi Germany, hmm, America and Russia got together. Although they were sworn enemies, yet they, for the time being, for that purpose, push aside the differences because both needed each other to defeat the very powerful Nazi Germany. So that is how a big work. So forget the differences, come together. It is, and what spiritual benefit one gets from this is the ego gets subsided. Do you agree, Adi? Hmm. The ego is to be suppressed for any spiritual progress. I can, then okay, uh, friend, fine, but you won't be able to proceed spiritually. One has to subdue the ego. So this was told to them, go to demons, make friends with them. So they agreed, they have to agree. And the example was given by, even when necessary, this is a very beautiful story from this, uh, uh, what is it called? Not Hitopadesh, Panchatantra. Thank you, Raji. It is from Panchatantra. This story is there that both they, a mouse and a snake. Now, are they normally friends? What Ishani? Huh? No, they, a mouse and snakes. They are kind of enemies, means the snake would swallow the mouse. So, but in certain situation, they became friends. It is a alliance of convenience. That it is, the story is that it is the Panchatantra story. So a snake charmer caught a snake and put it in a tightly closed basket. Hmm. Then caught a mouse and put it in the same basket, thinking that for that snake this mouse will be a good food. So put it there. And then the mouse, as it were, started telling the snake, I will help you, don't eat me. If you eat me, you will be at loss. You will be always slave to this snake charmer. So, but if you listen to me, if you let me also, if you don't eat me, then I will find a way to secure freedom of both of us. And then they agreed. And then, as you know, mouse has sharp teeth, which the snake lacks. So it is, so this mouse cut through that basket and made hole, and then both just got out. Then the snake started, oh, come close, my dear, you helped me so much. Let us be friends. The mouse ran quickly. That no, 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 that friendship, I know now, no friendship with you will not be good for me. So it is The demons are there. Their strength is important, physical strength. So they are needed. Then there are so the angels were told, subdue your ego and go there. It is interesting that it is. Let me read from the original, means translation, but still, yeah. Uh, it is Lord instructed that, O Brahma, O Shambhu, O celestials, hear you all what I say for your welfare. You now go and make peace with the asuras, your enemies. For the present time, it is favorable to the asuras. For the time is favorable to them, to asuras. Now you do not, you remain subdued. The time is important, It is again bringing up the analogy from that Second World War, that it is the Nazi army when they attacked Russia. Russian army uh, just was on the back foot. They retreated a good deal and let the Nazi army come forward and forward, because they knew the winter is coming. And then in that winter, the winter defeated Hitler. That is a unanimous opinion of all the war historians. Who defeated Hitler? Winter. That terrible winter. All they didn't have. This same thing happened to Napoleon. Napoleon went to attack Russia. He went in the uh, early fall, thinking that we will finish that very quickly. But they waited till favorable time. Do not waste energy when the times are not favorable. In the winter, our Aze will not go to plant trees, because useless. This is not time for gardening. So he will wait his time. Wise people, if you have the strategies, wait for the opportunity. And when the opportunity comes, with all strength, you get the work done. That is the only that possible window to make best of the occasion. So therefore, it is the God told them that this time is not favorable to you. Do not take up the fight with them now. Be friends to them. Mm. Accept their conditions. That tell them that this is a joint project that we have to do. After objective is gained, they can again relapse into their mutual enmity like the mouse and the snake. Do not delay in arranging for the production of Amrita, that the nectar, Amrita, the celestial nectar which one could get by churning the ocean. So it is uh, consigned to the milk ocean various kinds of shrubs, grasses, creepers, and medicinal plants, and get the Mandara, Meru Mandara mountain for the churning rod, and the serpent Vasuki for the churning string. You have to do this. It is And God gave the directions, the plan. Now, we have these excuses. We do not put in all the conscious efforts for spiritual practices. So God will do for us. And no, you have to do. It is, if God does, God's ego will get erased. Your ego will remain as it is. And God doesn't have any ego, so He doesn't have to do any work. But we have to do the work. It is, there is always a question raised in religious or spiritual discussion about these things. Hmm. I just surrender to Lord. Lord will take care of everything. If you really surrender to God, then do what the God is telling you to do. No, I will not do that. And God will take care of me. It is a pure unalloyed nonsense, friends. That it is, you have to do your full effort, and then you will see the help of Lord. Then you will get the proof of the existence of God. Where does God exist? And we don't see. Okay, go in this way, and you will get the proof that the God is an unmistakable, clear evidence of God's hand behind us comes to us when we are putting in our 100% efforts. This whole story has many such incidents. So he told Devas, with my help, you will be able to churn the ocean without fatigue. The asuras will have to stand the hard labor of churning while the fruits will go to you. That is the strategy. You uh, Somebody does the labor, somebody strategically gets all the fruits. So it is they and he made arrangement because God was on their side of these angels. So he said, I will show you why you will be you don't have to do much labor. It's the hard, the asuras, the demons will do the hard labor. You agree to whatever terms the asuras propose. Conciliatory methods are far more successful than those of confrontation. Hmm. In our spiritual struggles, at certain things, yes, use the confrontation. When you have the strength to uh, remove that obstruction, use confrontational method. But otherwise, if you feel you are weak, then use a strategy, a conciliatory method. That will prove to be helpful. So, Swami Vivekananda says, sometimes I fight, sometimes I take a flight. Mm. Depending on how the situation is. So all these things are situation dependent. One should be should have firm resolve, but not obstinacy. Sometimes our obstinacy gets projected as I am person of resolve. No resolve there, but obstinacy. So one has to be learning to separate these things, that what is a resolve and what is just being obstinate. So it is uh, when the ocean is churned, the poison called Kalakuta will come out. You should not be afraid of it. Many objects will come out of the ocean when churned. You should not have any attraction for or desire to possess them, nor should you feel angry if you are prevented from possessing them, because you have to maintain this friendship. So many objects will spring up. So thus now the uh, the leaders of the asuras were then approached. They were surprised and happy to see these our sworn enemies coming to us with folded hands. Wow, what is it? So they were suspicious also. But when they saw that they don't are not carrying any weapons, so their king Bali, at that time, their king was Bali, son of Virochana. So Bali said, "Okay, let us hear what they have to say." And then they uh, did that it is the highly intelligent Indra conciliated Bali by sweet words, and after that told him all that the Lord has instructed him to say. The Indra's proposals were very welcome to the demon king, because they will be getting the nectar out of this. The effort will bring out the nectar, and thus that will make them immortal. So they were all agreement was there. The Devas and Asuras now came to terms and became friends. They jointly put forth all their energies for obtaining Amrita, the immortal drink. With perverse confidence in their own strength and shouting aloud, they lifted the Mandara mountain from its base with their powerful club like arms and started taking it to the sea. Hmm. And they lifted that huge mountain, put all their strength, all their efforts were put in, but were very tired after lifting for a little while and carrying, and dropped it still far away from the ocean. Could not carry. Then, then Lord comes to help. When you have put in all your effort very sincerely, and now Lord sees, oh, they have been sincerely uh, taking all these efforts. So now let me help them. Actually, the whole thing gets done by God, but the uh, we have to put in our efforts. Then God comes. Like a story, our Ishtananji in one retreat had told this very nice story, that a little child, the children, when these, especially as babies, they are growing and they want to do many things on their own. So the baby saw there was this staircase and saw its mom going up and wanted to follow mom. So I tried to climb on that staircase, putting one hand, then trying to put the leg, and could not do. He was not able to do that, climbing even one step. Again and again, the baby was putting in that effort. Let me try. Let me put in more effort. Mm, ah, but will come down. So ultimately, some uh, older person saw, oh, the baby wants to go up. So took the baby in arms and climbed up the stairs. Now, they had that child not put in the efforts, the person wouldn't know that he wants to go up, would not help. So we have to put in our 100% efforts. Got it, Bishajit? We must, let us say loudly, we must put 100% efforts. Say loudly. Ah, so we must put our 100% efforts. Otherwise, God's help will not come. And if we are putting our 100% efforts, then Lord's help will not uh, fail to come. Both these things are there. So, therefore, God comes on that uh, uh, Garuda, and then it is taken there. Now, another problem, the mountain was put into the ocean. Uh, they, uh, they requested Vasuki, the great snake, mythical great snake, which the length extends almost the whole this uh, circumference of the earth. So such a big snake. All these are to be imagined, the stories. Isn't it a nice imagination? The snake so big. Because you have to churn that ocean with that big mountain, Himalaya, that is the Meru in the older text, this Meru. So you need not a small viper will not do that, You need a huge, huge snake. So that Vasuki, but then he also wanted a finger in the pie. What is there for me? I will be becoming a rope with which you will be churning. I will get pulled and all that. My body will get all, you see, scraped. Uh, and nothing for me. Oh, no, okay, you will also get a portion of that nectar. Then he got ready. Yeah. So, forming the strategy, you must see the strong, weak points. Uh, should not be a stupid fellow. That while making strategy, see that you have the requirement of others, they also are satisfied, then only it will work, otherwise not. So therefore the Vasuki was promised that, okay, with great joy, then they wound the serpent around the mountain and began churning. And now again very nice psychological strategy, which I had used myself about many, they, if the tendency is whatever Swami says, no, I will not do it. So the best strategy is to tell that person opposite. Ah, so then Charlie says, no, I will not do it. It is why? He says, no. Okay, then do this. Okay. So it is like that. It is. Now, the snake has two ends. The snake's mouth, where there are fangs and all that, so poisonous fangs. And the other side is the tail. So the Lord himself held the mouth, and then all the angels lined after the Lord to hold, and the demons refused. We are not inferior, you are pushing us to the tail? No, this will not do. This is insulting to us. And the Lord said, okay, okay, now you do like that. It is, uh, now this is out of context, but this is a good example. In Ramakrishna Mission, the General Secretary, he does the appointments, and the heads of this centers, they approach and say that can we get this Swami, he will be very helpful for our work. And then the first single, no, he is doing another some important work. So you, if you say ask for, you are not likely to get. So many applied this kind of strategy. Oh yes, we need somebody, so whom do you want? Ah, send anybody you know better, so you have to take the position like that. You know better than I know. You select somebody, whatever. But my suggestion is that don't give that Swami. Anybody else will do. What is wrong with that Swami? Eh? Is he not member of our order? What is wrong? Why not? Hey, write down his name. He will be sent. And then the Swami, oh, now what can I do? So that is how the technique is used. So it is uh, uh, that everywhere you see you have to look at this psychology, what works. So, therefore, this psychology, if you tell the demons to go to the tail, are we inferior? No. Okay, so you take. So they feel happy. Hey, see, after all, we had our way, you see. So it is like that. So, O scion of Pandu's line, though these powerful beings held up the mountain with all their strength, it sank by its sheer weight. Very much disappointed to see that the effort was of no avail against Providence, their faces dropped in utter dejection. When confronted with this providential obstacle, the Lord, whose power is limitless and whose will always becomes true, assumed the form of a wonderful tortoise. That is the King Yudhishthir, not King Parikshit had asked this. Tell us about that. This is, the scene when the mountain was carried by Garuda. When these demons could not carry it, demons and angels with their combined effort, they put in all possible effort but had to drop it. Then Lord came with Garuda, and then on that Garuda, this huge mountain was carried, because for Lord there is nothing impossible. So it is like, what is God doing now? God is busy. Busy doing what? He is busy passing elephants through a needle hole. Uh, Eye of a needle, how small will it be? And big elephant. But that is the job of God, passing big elephant through the tiny needle hole. So, this is God can do all these things. But you have to make efforts. It is you make efforts. God gives everything. God makes this air. It is full of necessary oxygen. But you have to breathe, you see. If you have been given lungs, you breathe. Our Ranganathananji, wonderful Swami, a great orator and teacher. So he would say people would be asking questions, simple questions. So he would say, use this, use this. So it is, use your brain. You can solve the question yourself. So it is, but if you are not able to get it, this is the way. So now God assumes the form of this divine turtle, because otherwise it was sinking, sinking and sinking. And this now it has attained stability. With the movement of churning seemed to upset the balance of the mountain. The Lord Vishnu stood on its top, assuming a form of a as huge as another mountain, and with one of his 1,000 arms pressed down the mountain to its proper place. The celestials, headed by Brahma, showered flowers on him as they stood above and viewed the scene. The mountain, now the churning is, now what was happening was that it is both asuras and devas were churning. And then the demons had taken the bigger that side. So for them it was a heavy load, that part of the snake was thicker and bigger. So they had the bigger load. That while planning the strategy, one has to see that and so these demons, they had lesser load. So, and as the churning would happen, the Lord, who became like this turtle underneath, the tortoise, will adjust itself such that the demons will have more hard work to do and the angels will have less work to do, because their bodies are not so strong. So the things were going on in this manner, and then it is uh, the Lord strengthened the resolve of all by this manifestation of His in many ways above the mountain, pressing it down, and underneath supporting it as tortoise in the hearts of asuras and devas as strength, and in Vasuki as intensiveness, insensitiveness, sorry, because it was getting, rubbed. So the body would get scratched and feel pain. So the Vasuki was granted that you will not feel the sensation of that. So, so with the furious abandon of drunkards, they churned the ocean with the mountain with all their might and main, uh, causing wild consternation amongst the aquatic creatures. Now the asuras who were holding the head of the Vasuki, the uh, uh, the Polemos, Kaleya, and Mahabali, and others in course of time became scorched and faded like the sarala tree in a forest fire on being exposed to the unbearable heat and smoke issuing from the eyes, face, and breath of that snake Vasuki. Now they can't complain. They had chosen that, so it is. So this was going on, and then the product started coming up. The product first came was the horrible poison. Ah, that horrible poison. What is happening with that? Today the time seems to be all over, so we will have to wait, friends, till the next class. So let us chant this verse, and in case if you have questions after that, please feel free to ask. निगमकल्पतरुर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication, this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka, and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. So this is all the divine play of Lord that we are trying to take in. Any questions? Hey, she has. Do you have a question? Okay, wait.
Thank you.
Yes, Surekha.
Yes. Whenever I heard the story, I can't
Huh?
help. Whenever I hear the story of stream of the
Journeying of
Samudra
the
Mahanam,
ocean.
yes, I always feel that I mean gods were not being nice to demons. They
Nice
kind
too.
of to the demons. They took
Well,
the work and they knew that they don't want to give
the,
them the results.
yeah,
Yes,
but
kind of.
that was the strategy. Do you want to be nice to the demons in you?
I don't know. Because if we believe that they also have God in them.
Oh, well, but still they have to be eliminated. That is how it is. They are never. That is a complaint that even this was Parikshit asked that, oh, the God, although is called impartial, he has no friends and foes, and yet it seems that he is overly supportive of the angels and discriminated against the demons. Why so? Now that is the meaning of being demon. Yeah. Any other question? Any question upstairs? No. Okay. So we will conclude with the closing chant. Join, friends. मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल.